In 1983, the J. Paul Getty Museum was offered an ancient Greek marble statue. To ensure it was authentic, they spent 14 months on a multi-million-dollar scientific investigation. But all of that effort was ultimately defeated by a 2-second glance. The museum subjected the marble to electron microscopes, core drills, and legal verification. This deliberate analytical process produced a definitive report. The statue was genuine. The museum paid $10 million for the Kuro statue. But when art experts saw it, they felt an immediate intuitive shock. They didn't need a lab. They looked at the marble, saw something fresh, and knew it was a forgery. 14 months of lab science had been fooled by fake evidence. 2 seconds of expert intuition had identified the unnatural pattern and reached the correct conclusion. Journalist Malcolm Gladwell calls this thin slicing. It is the brain's ability to find meaningful patterns within a narrow slice of experience. How can a split-second judgment outperform months of deep analysis? Psychologist John Gottman can watch a couple and predict if their marriage will survive with 95% accuracy. He doesn't need to review years of their history. He reaches this conclusion after observing only 15 minutes of their conversation. During that thin slice of time, his brain is scanning for one specific emotional signal: contempt. If he sees it, even for a moment, the data shows the relationship is likely to fail. This is the locked door paradox. The adaptive unconscious processes these environmental patterns instantly and delivers a powerful gut feeling, but it keeps the conscious mind from seeing how that decision was made. But that locked door is a double-edged sword. When we can't see how our instincts are forming, we can't tell if they are picking up on genuine expertise or destructive prejudices. History shows this in the Warren Harding era. Warren G. Harding is considered one of the worst presidents in U.S. history, yet he was elected because he looked tall, handsome, and authoritative. Voters thin-sliced his physical appearance and assumed he was a capable leader. Their snap judgments were tricked by a superficial aesthetic. We see this same error in the implicit association test. These tests show how our brains automatically link certain groups with negative traits based on societal conditioning, regardless of what we consciously believe. Thin slicing is only as good as the environment it's trained in. Without a conscious audit of our surroundings, our snap judgments will absorb and weaponize the biases around us. If our instincts can be biased, the natural response is to gather as much data as possible to compensate. But that often makes the problem worse. At Chicago's Cook County Hospital, ER doctors were struggling to accurately diagnose heart attacks in patients with chest pain. They used traditional methods, collecting 30 different tests and exhaustive family histories. This mountain of data created confusion, leading to slow and often incorrect diagnoses. Cardiologist Lee Goldman introduced a radical fix. He threw away nearly all the background data and forced doctors to track only 3 or 4 critical variables, like ECG results and fluid in the lungs. By focusing on a narrow slice of evidence, the hospital's diagnostic accuracy surged. This illustrates a vital paradox of decision-making. Excess information can replace a clear signal with paralyzing noise. Often, accuracy requires doing more with less. We can engineer our environments to block out noise and isolate true talent. Classical symphony orchestras were historically dominated by men because directors assumed women lacked the physical strength for elite performance. To solve this, orchestras began using blind auditions. They placed a curtain between the judges and the performers and used carpets to hide the sound of footsteps. This forced the judges to focus entirely on the sound. The hiring of female musicians increased by 500%. Removing visual distractions allowed the judges' snap judgments to become laser accurate. You can protect your own instincts by using similar screens. In high-stakes situations, cut your metrics down to a few core variables. In hiring, use blind assignments to judge quality without the interference of aesthetic bias. Your intuition is a biological instrument shaped by experience. By training it through repetition and shielding it from irrelevant noise, you turn these 2-second judgments into a precise tool for navigating a complex world.